If your personal site is going to consist mostly of articles or blog posts, it's important to spend some time to think about what those templates can be to keep your site interesting. If someone's on your site and they're reading about a whole bunch of different types of things, but every page looks the same, it can get really tiring and hard for people to visually separate the different types of content. There's a bunch of different ways that you can do this, and it's important to really think about what types of articles that you want to show. So if you have some that are more long form, think about how to break up that page and how to break up those big chunks of copy. So whether that's designing little call out boxes with maybe quotes that are from the article that you want to highlight, if it's secondary images with some captions, things like that. If you want to figure out how to stylize bullet points or a little list, maybe a collapsible menu or something in the middle. Long form posts can be a bit of a challenge because a lot of the time people tend to just go to like the default article layout, which ends up being, a hero image, long piece of body copy, and sometimes just even visually that can seem really like heavy for people and they might not get through it. Whereas if you break up your content with some visuals and things like that, it can make it easier for people to digest. It's also important to look at the different types that you want to have. So maybe some of your content is timely and maybe is a little bit like shorter, snappier, like news-ish. And then you have other pieces that are, what a lot of editorial people call like evergreen. So it isn't necessarily something that has like expiry date on it. So figuring out what those, maybe you can make those look different. Maybe it's like coming up with headers that have different colors. Maybe it's how you brand the images, even the fonts that you use. There's a lot of different ways to kind of visually break up your content so it looks and feels different to the person that's reading through your site. Having those templates and thinking about them ahead of time can be really helpful after you launch your site and you're thinking about more content to create. You can kind of look at those templates as a guide and think, okay, do I want to go with this kind of layout that has a sidebar and an image in the middle? Do I want to go with this that has kind of the bullet points? And it can help you give some structure to the content that you create and can also help people that are reading your site know what kind of content that they're going to get from you, and also help themselves navigate the site. If there's something that they like and they want more of, they can visually see how to get to that type of content on your site.